Hello, today we're going to do a video with the F570 printer and Affinity for Windows, and we're also going to adjust our saturation. Alright, let's begin. We're going to go to File, then New, and I'm going to pick Letter. There are various options you can print or use as a template. So I pick Letter, and I'm going to do it as though we're doing a tumbler. Alright. We want to keep it at 300 dpi in inches. RGB/8. The color profile is going to be this. sRGB IEC 61966-2.1. I like to keep a transparent background, and this is only really for creating. When you create something, you want to do it with this profile. You're not printing it with this profile. I don't do anything with the margins or the bleed, so we're going to go to Create, and there's my board. So now I'm going to bring in a graphic. I'm going to go to File, Place, and I'm going to go with these little ones. Alright, and you can adjust it this way, make it bigger. There we go. I'm not going to print it, I've already printed it again. Okay, now let's say you'd like it a little bit brighter. So we're going to go to Layer, and I'm going to New Adjustment Layer. And this is how we make it a little darker, a little brighter. So we're going to go to Brightness and Contrast. So naturally, if you want it brighter, you're going to go this way. But if you want it a bit darker, you see how that's changing? So we can go like that. That will make it brighter. I'm just showing you all the things you can do. If you don't like the way it looks, just hit Reset. But let's see how it looks. Okay, so I'm going to hit that, and it stays the same. There's also under Layer, New Adjustment, you can go to Exposure. See what that does. You can play around with this. I don't know what it's doing on this. Delete that anyway. Oh, you have to highlight it. That's my mistake. Alright, now let's go back to exposure and see what it does. Whoop. Well, we know what that does. So we don't want to mess with this one. Alright, let's look at the other ones. Curve, selected color. Here's color balance. You can adjust your tones. As you can see, this will adjust the cyan. I'm going to put it back. Greens. You see how it's turning a little green, purple. That's if you want to adjust your colors. Blue, yellow, or you can just do shadows and highlights. We're not going to mess with that. I'm going to reset it. So now it's all back to 0. Okay. Now that you've learned that, we're going to go in Print. And this is for the 570 using Windows. Now I have adjusted the color. I've already printed it, and I thought it looked nice without adjusting it. Alright, first we're going to go to Document Setup. These are going to stay the same. Print, the page preset, inches, prefer embedded. Color. The color format, again, is RGB8. the color profile is going to be your Epson. And that is, if you're doing tumblers, there's two Epsons. One for tumbler, which would be rigid for hard surfaces, substrates, and textile for soft, like shirts, blankets, pillows, and this is for mugs and tumblers. So I'm going to do textile. Keep it at convert, transparent background, dimensions. You want to keep anchor to page. Here are the dimensions, 300 dpi, nothing here, nothing there, and we're going to hit OK. So we've done the document setup. Now we're going to go to File. This is annoying. And go to Print. All right. When you go to Print, if you see here, you've got your printer. You're going to go to Properties. This is very important. Make sure your size, your document size, matches your output size. So I have made it letter. So you see they're both letter, but now let's say I want to change it to something else. So I'm going to go to Custom, User Defined, and I'm going to make it 12 by 12. I'm just showing you what's going to happen. Make sure it says User Defined, not letter. User Defined because you're changing it. And you're going to have to change it here too. You're going to have to go to User Defined. And it should be 12 by 12. Same as paper size. I'm using the roll of paper. Media type. Again, you're going to have it in two places. So I'm going to pick textile because I'm not doing tumblers. For the print quality, now this is what I do. You can do what you want. You must have it on off, no color adjustment in your printer print settings. You're going to be using Affinity, so you do not want a double profile. You want Affinity to adjust the color, not your printer. Let me just change this to back to the letter because it's going to get all messed up. Okay, 8.5, 8.5 letter. Okay, keep it on off, no color. I keep it on max quality, finest detail. Never use high speed. If it's too bright, you can go to quality and finest detail. Maximum quality gives you a little bit darker color. Next, go to advanced. You want to check save roll paper, auto rotate. Unless, of course, you're doing you're trying to do not use the roll and you're using the auto sheet feeder, then you would pick that. That's another tutorial. Okay, so that is for this. This is the printer settings. I have it on print preview. I like to see my mistakes just in case. Also, when you see the print preview, you are not going to see the colors it's going to print. Now we're back to print, document. I keep it at scale. You can do fit to printable. But I'm going to keep it at scale. Actually, you should keep it at scale. So if you do fit to printable, it's going to print the whole thing and it's going to be off. All right, your layout is 8.5 by 11. Rasterization, 300 dpi. Bleed marks, nothing. Again, color management. Here's what I was talking about. You're going to have it performed by Affinity, the app. Your printer profile has to match. If you pick textile, keep it at textile here. There's all these other ones to pick. You're not going to pick that. You're going to pick the Epson profile textile. If you don't see these, you don't have the drivers. I like to keep it at relative colorimetric. It comes out darker. You can do perception, perceptual, don't do saturation. It doesn't come out well. I like it like this. And then I'm going to show you how it looks once I print it. Print to file is nothing. Once I hit OK, it's going to print. It's going to show me the preview, which I'm not going to print again, but I'll show you what it looks like. Today, maybe. It takes a while. You see how dull that looks in all the different colors? It's not going to press like that, so don't worry about it. And it shows you where it's going to cut. Okay, and then you hit print, and you're done. I'm going to hit cancel because I've already printed it. And that's it.